anything. Usually I get a better like laugh out of that, but that's cool. Alrighty, guys, before we start, anyone here Spirit of Houston? Ah, Brianna. Okay. Unfortunately, you are not allowed to join in on this one. Anyone else Spirit of Houston? Okay. Don't worry, I got something for you anyways. I need someone to come and tell me or volunteer themselves to sing the alma mater. Oh! No one. Not even for this wonderful Bauer t-shirt? No?
Anyone know the alma mater?
Other than Spirit of Houston, because they're forced to know it. All righty. Alrighty, everyone. The reason why you're here, cake outside, of course. We're going to go over graduation application, the graduation ceremony, the certification process, cap and gown, spirit, chords, Latin honors, UHAA, BCAA, and what are those things, and all that. And then, of course, the cake and sparkling cider, non-alcoholic. It's before 5, okay? Toast, alrighty? So don't leave just yet. Graduation application, how many of you have already applied for graduation? Woo! How exciting! Wonderful! Such a good thing. Does everyone know when the first deadline is? February 22nd. Wonderful. Make sure that if you want your name in the program, okay, when you guys go into ceremony, everyone's going to be given a program. Names are going to be listed on there. If you want your name to be read in that program, make sure that you apply before February 22nd. Got it? What date? Wonderful. The late filing period, which is from the 23rd of February to the 22nd of March, you will have to pay $50. Who wants to do that? And also, you won't get your name in the program. Boo. So make sure to do it before the 22nd. Graduation application fees are non-refundable. So if you accidentally applied for spring 2019, just keep that in mind. You'll have to reapply for another semester that you are graduating in. And you will have to pay another $25. No late applications are accepted, okay? Meaning, if March 23rd comes around and you have not applied, you cannot apply. It will not be accepted. So you'll have to apply for another semester. And we don't want any of that, right? Everyone's going to apply before when? Wonderful. Once you have applied for graduation, please keep in mind that you cannot withdraw your application if you meet all graduation requirements, okay? Sarah we'll go over all of that whenever she comes through the certification process, and she'll reiterate it, but make sure that you are applying for the correct semester and that You don't want to add another minor or another major or anything like that. If you do, please speak with your advisor if you are planning on extending graduation. Okay, everyone got that? Can I get a go Cougs? Yay, awesome. To apply for graduation, for those of you who have not applied yet, log on to your MyUH account. You'll find the little advising widget. Then you will go onto the left-hand side after you've clicked on it. It says apply for graduation. It's as simple as that. It takes 2 minutes. You verify that your name is correct and your mailing address is correct, okay? Because that's where your diploma will be sent. Any changes to your name or mailing address, make sure that you change that through PeopleSoft and submit any additional forms that you might need to submit to the registrar's office. Any questions about that? Everyone know how to apply for graduation? Yes, wonderful. The commencement ceremony. Alrighty, guys. It's Saturday, May 11th, not Mother's Day, so that's good. There are 2 ceremonies, all right? Unfortunately, we don't know which one you will be assigned yet, but because you've applied before February 22nd, right, you will be emailed your assigned ceremony, okay? You will be emailed and notified what ceremony you will be attending, okay? It is very important that your information is up to date in your PeopleSoft account. Some of you have a destination email that may have been a Yahoo before and now to Gmail or vice versa or whatever. Make sure that you have that updated in the system because you will be notified by email, which is the university's official way of communicating to students. Okay, so make sure everything is good to go on your account so you can make sure which ceremony you are attending. Ceremony time for ceremony 1 is going to be 9 a.m. Please arrive by 8 a.m. Okay, we need to line you up, you need to check in, and it's gonna take, I know it's like an hour, you're kind of like, oh, it's an hour, but it really does go by really, really fast, okay? The procession will start exactly at 9. You will be late if you come in anytime after that. Don't be that guy. Ceremony 2 starts exactly at 2 p.m., okay? Arrive by 1 p.m., alrighty? We will give you all the details again through email as to like where the check-in is going to be. We know that the ceremony is going to be held at the Fertitta Center. Everyone familiar with what the Fertitta Center is and where it is? No. Okay. Does everyone know where Cullen is? I should hear every one of you say yes. Cullen, the street. The football stadium. Ah, yay. Okay, so Cullen and Holman, those are the 2 streets that Fertitta Center is on, okay? They intersect each other. That is where they are at. If you're familiar with where the stadium is and the parking garage is, it's right next to there, okay? The basketball games are held there. Everyone now have an idea? No more no's? If you don't know, there's a map. You can look it up. Parking is free. It's free. It's on campus. Anywhere that they can find parking. Okay? And for you to find parking. The flow of the ceremony, there is no rehearsal, guys. Okay? There's no, we'll walk through it and all this jazz, meet over there. No, none. We will be there on the floor to help you know where you're going to go. Okay? We'll all be there to kind of direct you and tell you what to do and all that. No tickets are required, so you don't have to worry about purchasing any tickets or downloading tickets or anything like that, okay? It is all just show up. We have a website. Most of you have been getting emails from your advisors with information about important dates and graduation information and graduation, the website. Most of you who are here know what that link is because you RSVP'd through there, okay? Everything will be posted on that website. Everything will be updated constantly. Whenever we get new information, it'll be on that website. So please make sure that you do check it whenever you can. Okay? If you have any questions, you can always email your advisor, but definitely refer to the website for any information about that. Important reminders for the ceremony. Please make sure that you tell your guests, and for you also to remember that there is a clear bag policy, just like NFL stadium rules, okay? So no large purses. The smallest that you can go is 4.5 inches, okay? The 6, it says right there, if it's not clear. But you should not, as a student, bring anything, okay? Except maybe your cell phone that you can tuck away in a sleeve, or if you have pockets, okay? Because we will not have any place for you to hold it. No hangers. We get lots of hangers. I don't know why. Don't bring that, okay? The only thing that I would probably recommend you do is purchase a $1 poncho, because sometimes it rains and we don't want you getting all soaking wet. So wear a dollar poncho, or bring it just in case it does, so that you don't mind just throwing it away, okay? Any questions about that? Make sure to let your guests know that they have to follow this policy, or else they will be turned around to bring their items to the car. Everyone good? Ladies and gentlemen, heels. I need to also let you know that it is very steep coming down from the ramps of the Fertitta. Has anyone seen the Fertitta Center already? Okay, so if you have or seen pictures, the ramps are pretty steep, and we would like for you to just please be careful should you decide that you are going to wear heels of any height. Please be mindful that there are going to be people behind you, in front of you, and falling may happen, so please be careful. Anyone who needs any ADA information, if you're a student, please contact Miss Kathy Dominguez. She will help you get set up or get anything that you need. If it is for a guest, you will have to contact the Fertitta Center for that, because they have certain things and certain procedures in place for that. Any questions? Next, please wear the correct cap and gown. As much as it was really cool to see the Slytherin gown on stage one year, definitely not appropriate. You can certainly borrow last semester's if you know that someone that you know has the same size and all that jazz. You can borrow it as long as it's the same kind, right? Any questions? Great. Speaking of cap and gowns, invitations, announcements, and everything, it's all going to be ordered through the bookstore. You can certainly do it online, but they will be here, or actually the representatives of Herf Jones will be here for a graduation fair starting February 19th through the 21st. Okay, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If y'all want to take a photo of this, please feel free. I'll leave it up for a little bit. This is where you can get your cap, gown, tassels, cords, stoles, announcements, diploma frames. There's packages available, things like that. Okay. Any questions? Oh, and ring information too. You'll actually have a chance to try on some rings, get to see them in person, see what they look like. This is the cost. I know, it's pretty pricey. And if the prices deter you or is a factor in your decision in participating, please let your advisor know.
Okay, guys, hello. How are y'all? Congratulations. Are y'all excited? You're graduating, right? Yes. So I think y'all deserve a round of applause, right? right. No, seriously though, I know how difficult it is to make it through college. A lot of you guys are working. Some of you are parents. So I know how difficult that is. So I do think y'all deserve some serious congratulations because you are about to be college graduates. It's amazing. Yay, woohoo! So Arlene has talked to you about the fun stuff, the ceremony, your parents come, everyone's super excited to see you walk across that stage. That part is awesome. I'm here to talk about the actual getting the degree, all right, the boring part, the piece of paper that you've worked so hard for the last 4 years, which ironically has absolutely zero to do with the ceremony, okay? So the ceremony is all for show. It's for you and your family to celebrate your accomplishments, but it has absolutely no bearing on whether or not you actually receive that piece of paper. Because your grades actually sometimes are not even posted in time for the ceremony, okay? So ceremony is kind of all for show. The important part is actually receiving that degree and having it appear, having your transcript show that you have indeed graduated from college, right? So the first step to that is apply for graduation by February 22nd. If you do not apply, you will not graduate. So I don't want to keep reiterating that, but it's probably the most important thing that you should take away from today is that you have to apply for graduation. So what happens after you apply? That application goes out into the nethers, right? What happens is actually your academic advisor gets that, and that is kind of their cue to review your graduation. That does not happen, though, until very late in the semester. So if you want reassurance right now that you are enrolled in all the correct classes, then you want to come in for a graduation check. How many of you guys have already been in for a graduation check with your academic advisor? Awesome, almost all of you, that's amazing. So that's fantastic. If you haven't done that yet, please make sure to do that. What your advisor will check on is to make sure that you are indeed enrolled in every single course you need for graduation. And then they will go over what we look at when we do certify you for graduation. Also, something that's important to note, you actually will not see any change to your graduation status until the very, very end of the semester after grades have posted. Because your advisor cannot approve your graduation until those grades post. And really important to note, they need those grades posted on MyUH, okay? Posting them on Blackboard is not going to help us because we don't have access to see that on Blackboard. Also, Blackboard is not the official university record. So I've had situations where a student's grade has appeared on Blackboard, but it's been different on PeopleSoft. So please make sure to check on your MyUH account and not just Blackboard. Once you see that all of your grades have posted and you have passed all of your classes, then you know that you should be approved for graduation. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. So we just talked about checking your grades. Obviously, if you fail a class, that means you cannot graduate. So you would need to contact your advisor right away to talk about what the next steps are. Also, if you are in a class right now and you were like, oh my gosh, this class is the hardest class I've ever taken. This is why I waited until senior year to take it because it's terrible. And you're like, I'm going to W drop this course. If you need that class for graduation, you need to contact your advisor right away because your advisor needs to disapprove your graduation for the current semester because once you apply for graduation, you don't get an enrollment appointment for the new semester. So if you know for sure right now that you are not going to graduate as planned, you need to contact your advisor right away so that they can disapprove your graduation and you get an enrollment appointment for the summer or fall semester. Does that make sense? Okay. Also, if you are disapproved for graduation, you need to reapply for the future semester. I know that means another $25 fee. I'm really sorry about that. But that's why I was telling our summer grad, please don't apply for spring. We know you're not in the right classes right now because you're waiting for those classes for summer, and I don't want you to have to pay 2 fees. So, clear to everyone? Okay, so what exactly is your advisor checking on at the end of the year? They are checking to make sure that you've completed all of the courses that are required for your major and minor, that your UH GPA is above a 2.0, that your major GPA is also above a 2.0. So if you have no idea what your major GPA is, you might want to contact your advisor to find out that information because if it's very close to a 2.0, you need to be really careful in the classes towards your major you're enrolled in right now. Same thing with your minor. Your minor GPA also needs to be above a 2.0. You must have at least 120 total hours to graduate. You must have residency, which is the last 30 hours being taken at U of H with the exception of 6 hours of core coursework. Also, clearing the business writing evaluation. Do y'all remember this? You took it in Gen B a long, long time ago. Okay, if you did not score high enough, you need to go ahead and do the process in order to get that taken care of, because that is something that we check on when we certify you for graduation. We have to make sure that you have a passing score on that. Okay, then assuming everything looks wonderful, your graduation can be approved. Your advisor signs off on that. It gets sent over to the registrar's office, and the registrar's office is who actually awards you that degree. And then your diplomas are mailed directly from the printing house. It usually takes about 6 weeks or so for y'all to see those. Now, many of you are going to be having job offers. Let's hope all of you have job offers that may want to verify your graduation. As soon as your advisor has posted that degree and the registrar's office has processed it, you will be able to print an unofficial transcript showing that your degree has been posted. Employers can also verify using the Student Clearinghouse. The website is up here, studentclearinghouse.org. And if you have not received your diploma within 2 to 3 months, please contact us so we can see what's going on. Okay? Any questions about any of this stuff? Yes? It will be sent to the address that is listed on your MyUH account, so make sure that that address is correct. Yes? I would put the new address on PeopleSoft. Oh, do you have a family member whose address you do know that you'd be willing to put on there?
Yeah, so we could change it.
Yes, and then you can change it as many times as you need. Yeah. Yeah. Other questions? Okay, I have a couple other things to cover. We already talked about all of that. Honors graduation. Now, what I'm talking about here is Latin honors, not graduating from the Honors College, which I see many of my Honors College students in here, which, yay, congratulations to all of you. But Latin honors is completely separate. Latin honors is based on the grades you've earned in your last 54 hours of coursework, okay? So it's not based on your cumulative GPA. What that means is that it's very, very difficult for us to tell you at this moment what your Latin honor standing is going to be, because the grades for the classes you're in right now will get included in those last 54 hours. So if you want to have an idea of where you're going to fall, what I would suggest you do is start by estimating the grades that you think you're going to receive this semester, then count backwards from there semester by semester until you hit 54 hours. If the 54th hour falls in the middle of the semester, you need to include all of the grades from that semester. Everyone good on that? How to do that calculation? Okay, now for the ceremony. Your grades, as I said, are not posted in time for the ceremony. So for the ceremony, what you get when you check in is a walk card. The walk card is what the speaker uses to read your name and your honor standing when you walk across the stage. So on that walk card, you may see an honor standing on there that you think is going to be is lower than the honor standing you think you're going to have based on your calculation. All right, so we're a business school. We believe in ethics here, yes. So it is sort of on the honor system, okay? We don't have any future Enron CEOs in this room or CFOs. So if you know for sure that your honor standing is going to be higher than what's listed on the card, or if you have no honor standing on your card and you think you're going to have it, we will allow you to write that in when you check in at the ceremony, and they will read it when you walk across the stage. Now, it will not appear in the ceremony program, unfortunately, but it will be on your official transcript and on your diploma when that's mailed to you. Any questions about Latin honors?
That's the yellow card you get to buy at the bookstore.
Yes, and it's yellow for all 3 levels. Yes, question? Yes, so you're welcome to get the cord. You're welcome to write it on your walk card. If you don't have 54 hours though before this semester, it won't be listed in the program or on your walk card. And you do need 54 hours total in order to have the standing at all. So if you somehow manage to graduate from U of H and don't have 54 hours at U of H because you had that much transfer work, you wouldn't qualify for Latin honors. Any other questions about this? No, I did such a good job explaining it. Yes.
How do we get it to be on the little book on how you said that we might be able to write it down? Oh, I think I'm going to get it.
Right, that will be on your walk card when you check in for the ceremony. The programs, though, are printed way in advance. So there's no way to get it in the program at that point. Yeah. Okay, last thing I'm going to talk about, there is something that's called a tuition rebate. It's a incentive from the state of Texas that gives you $1,000 back if you've been really efficient in completing your degree. In order to qualify, you have to have completed your degree within 4 years of when you started. That's not when you started at U of H. That's when you started at any college, so community colleges, et cetera. Dual credit doesn't count, so if you took dual credit in high school, that doesn't count. It would start with when you started after high school. Does that make sense? If you graduated within 4 years and did it with 3 hours or less over the 120 hours that are needed for your degree. They do include W drops, repeated courses, all of that into that 123 hours. Things that don't count are dual credit, and your first 9 hours of test credit don't count towards 120. So if you think you might be one of the very few students that qualify for that, please contact your advisor because there's a form you need to fill out, and you have to get it turned into your advisor before the closing of the semester. Any questions on that? Okay, that is the end of my fun time with you. Again, congratulations. I'm really proud of all of you.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, how's it going?
You're graduating next year, right?
I am.
Have you thought about how you'll find a job?
I'm not that worried about it. I'm gonna let the job fairy take care of that for me.
The job fairy?
You didn't know we had a job fairy?
Stop messing around, I'm serious.
Seriously, look, here she comes now.
Jack, we're very impressed with you, and we'd like to make you an offer.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I got a lot of offers though, so I'll have to think about it.
Not boss's magic, y'all. Now that you guys are graduating, by the way, does anybody know what the statistic is for people in the United States that have at least a bachelor's degree? If they get it right, can I give them a prize? Yeah. Word, all right. Now I got hands, yes sir. 26% is very close, but it's too low. 36 is too high. 30, nailed it. Come on up. How many of you guys are planning on getting a master's degree after this? What's the percentage on the people in the United States that have a master's degree? 13%, too high. 8%. Too high.
7.
Back in the back with the hat. Too high, too low. 6, too low. Too low. 9. Where you said 9? Yes, there we go. Can I throwing umbrellas at you? 9%, y'all. 9% of the country has a master's degree, but honestly, kind of shocking that only 30% of people in the United States have a bachelor's degree? It doesn't feel like that, right? It feels like everybody got a bachelor's degree. Like coming out of high school, it's like, you got to go to college because everybody has a college degree. No, I wish. We'd probably be in better shape. So I'm here to tell you one of two things. One, you are now the educated elite of this country. Participate and act like it. Please. The older people among you are begging you to do that. We need you to fix some of the stuff that we broke. Anyway, okay. So this is the URL for the post-graduation outcomes survey. A lot of the rankings and things like that, and hopefully if you pay attention to what goes on in Bauer College, you see that our rankings just continually to kind of keep creeping up and up and up and up. That's because the people that are graduating are telling us, hey, I'm graduating, I'm going to graduate school, or I got this job, or whatever it is. I don't care if you're going surfing with Bodie for the next 6 months. That's cool. We just need to hear about it. And so that's what this survey is. And so if you complete this survey before the graduation ceremony, and you stop by our offices around April 22nd or thereafter, before the ceremony, we will give you a free red honor cord to wear at the ceremony. Yes, I said free. Miracles happen. All you got to do is fill out the survey. Now, if you're in the process of like, hey, I'm still looking for jobs or whatever, that's okay, and that's actually quite normal. I know some of you guys are in some pretty special programs, and it seems like everybody in the program has a job offer. I can tell you from looking at the statistics from the last 10 years, that's unusual. That's not the norm. So if you're graduating this semester and you're still looking for a job, I'm here to tell you that's okay. You're not broken. Everything's cool. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, one? Yes, ma'am. At the Rockwell Kirsten, I'm going to wait for them to take pictures. Anybody else want to take pictures? I'm going to do a Sean Penn. No pictures, man.
This will also be on that graduation orientation website.
Yeah. The other thing is if you forget any of the stuff that's on here, if you go to the Bauer webpage and in the search bit thing put graduation, the first thing that pops up is all this information. So, all right, everybody got a picture of this? We're good? Okay. So you can come by our offices in the Rockwell Career Center. We're in SEMO Hall. If you didn't know that already, what have you been doing? And that could be you. Okay, so if you're still seeking, make sure your Bauer Career Gateway profile is up to date. What I hear a lot at this time of the semester from seniors is like, I'm going out online, I'm applying for full-time jobs, but they want me to start immediately, and they don't understand that I'm not graduating until May. That's outside the university. That's why it's really important right now. It's probably the most important time, if you don't already have a position lined up and you're not going to graduate school, to really utilize the online resources both in our office, Bauer Career Gateway, and Cougar Pathways to start looking for full-time jobs through the system. Those employers that are posting those jobs understand that you're not available until June, right? You go and apply for a full-time job on Indeed or LinkedIn or whatever, they're gonna say, okay, so when can you start? And you're like, June 1st? And they're gonna be like, I'm not holding the job that long. So there's a little bit of a catch-22 in the process, so please don't get frustrated with that. Definitely update your resume. If you need help with this, come by our offices when you can. I wouldn't recommend next week because we're kind of nuts next week, but we are doing walk-ins 1 to 4 p.m. all next week, Monday through Thursday. What's going on Friday? Where's Career Fair? When is Career Fair? What part of the day? 12 to 4. Okay, so some of you guys are like, what? Get a suit, come to Career Fair. This is literally the biggest career fair that we've ever held. Normally our career fairs are the biggest in the fall. In the spring, we are absolutely 110% sold out. I'm not even kidding. The fire marshal will not allow us to put a single other booth in the Hilton. 154 companies, 157 booths. And yeah, so, I mean, oh my God, show up. Thank you. So make sure you update your LinkedIn as well. It's really important because that's where recruiters are going first. Come see us if you need help. We can do face-to-face career counseling with you guys up to 6 months after you graduate. The online resources are available to alumni forever. I honestly hope you never need it again. But we will see. If you're coming into my office and you're like, oh, I've never been here before. I'm like, when you graduate, you're like, oh, this semester. I'm like, oh. We have so much work to do, but I still want to see you. Like if you're in the boat, we won't scream and yell or whatever. I may make fun of you a little bit, but definitely come out and see us and come to Career Fair for sure. If you get to the end of the semester and you're like, you know what, I'm still looking, I haven't landed. We always do now a special event for new Bauer alumni called Ready to Hire Bauer. We usually bring 30 to 40 companies in who are looking to hire full-time, sometimes on the spot. And that will be the week after graduation. So if you're planning on being here for graduation and you still don't have a job at that point, look for that email. We'll talk to you at graduation. Come back that Tuesday or Thursday. Let's try to get you hired. All right. And tell us what happened. Follow us on social media. Tell the new interim dean, Tom Joris. He loves to hear those stories. Tell your advisor. We love to celebrate with you. Some of my front desk people who work at the front desk in my office are here. There's a disco light at the front. If you come in and like, I got a job, you can turn that disco light on or whatever and make them play YouTube and they'll dance with you. Right? Right, Cassandra? Yeah, okay. Right, Shelby? Yeah. Okay, cool. Again, there's the URL. It's on the graduation checklist. It's number 6. If you take it once and you're like, I'm still looking, and then 2 weeks from now you're like, I got a job, take it again. It's cool. I know how to do Excel. Get Phil Fega to help me, right? All right. Thanks, guys, very much. Any questions about the process at all? No? No? Now let's see who's good.
Well, hello, graduates. Y'all excited? We are excited to welcome you into the Alumni Association. So Bauer, as a college, has a great alumni association. They're one of the most active associations here on campus. The Alumni Association oversees all of the college alumni associations, including those that are regional. So if you move out of Houston and move to another state, very likely there is going to be an alumni association in the city that you move in. So keep in touch with us, as well as special interest groups that we also have alumni associations for. So what I'm going to do is give you a little bit of information. Who here already has ordered their class ring or has received it? Here we go. Okay. So about a third of all graduates will end up buying a class ring. This is a great outward sign that you're a graduate, right? And you can proudly display your ring. So the rings are available through the Balfour site, or as she had mentioned, we're going to be at Grad Fair. You'll have some rings you can try on there. You can also come over to the Alumni Center office, which is located on Cullen next to Fertitta Center, and try on some rings there. So we'll have all the different options, all the different pricing, and you can actually try on some sizes, figure out what's the best option for you. For all the people that do order a class ring, we will have a class ring ceremony coming up on May 4th at Fertitta Center from 3 to 5. This will be a ceremony where you'll be able to walk across the stage, get your ring. All of the ring recipients will open up their rings, put their rings on at the same time. Mascots are going to be there. Your family and friends are welcome to join and partake in this special event. So I encourage you to do that. Let us know if you have any questions on your ring. Let's see. I have got some information that I'm going to leave here also if there's somebody that wants to pick up a pamphlet. So the other thing that we're going to talk about is life memberships. So life memberships for U of H graduates is a way to show your pride for life. There's lots of great ways to give back to your university, and a life membership is one of those. The money goes towards scholarships. Those scholarships help students like yourself get through school for those that can't afford it. There's great networking opportunities especially for you recent grads. Tailgating might be a real good benefit. If you've ever been to a tailgate and you've walked by the Party on the Plaza area where all the alumni tailgate, there's a giant tent there that says Life Member. Guess what? As a Life Member, you get free food and drink with your guest for life. Every home game. You get to come in, have beer, have some food, and go to the game, okay? Also, a lot of other great benefits. There are exclusive events, there are discounts, and there is Life Member merchandise that you can wear and proudly show that you're a Life Member. Right now, the price for a student Life membership is $600. Once you graduate, that goes up to $750. So, we have 4-year payment plans available for Life memberships. You guys are all business school graduates. If it's $600 and it's 48 months, how much is the monthly payment?
Pretty good.
How much? You guys got phones. Somebody do it on a phone. Come on. $12.50. Got a prize. Thank you. So for $12.50 a month, you can start your Life Member program. You get the benefits right up front. You can start coming to tailgate. You can start taking advantage of some of the discounts while you're paying off that Life Member program. So remember to do that. I'm going to leave some other information on the Life Member program. Are there any questions about the ring ceremony or the Life Member program? No? Okay. Go. 8 to 5. Yep. You can do the ring ceremony no matter where you get your ring. You can order it from our office. You can order it online through Balfour. You can order it at Grad Fair. It doesn't matter. Anybody that gets a ring can participate in the spring ring ceremony. No, the benefit is that you get to actually try on some of the rings and see the styles. So I would encourage you to come out to grad fair or come by our alumni office. Otherwise, when you look at it online, it's kind of hard to tell. There's different options with diamonds, without diamonds, gold, silver, things like that. That's a great question. I think it's in early March that you have to order your rings in order to have them in time for the ring ceremony. It'll say, when you go onto the website, it'll tell you specifically, but I want to say it's sometime in early March. After the ceremony, you'll be able to pick up your ring from the Alumni Center. We generally try not to ship those, just the liability involved, so you can pick it up after. Anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Can you give them a time what day the grad fair?
Grad fair is going to be
February 19th through the 21st.
yes, ma'am. So those letters are determined generally by your degree. So if you're getting a BBA, or if you're getting a master's, or if you're getting whatever your undergraduate is. Yep. It's generally designated by your degree. You can engrave your name on the inside. That's generally where you would put it. Anyone else? Okay, well, thank you very much. Go Cougs.
Hi, guys. So, how many of you are familiar with master's degrees? Anybody? So I have a couple of giveaways. How many of you are familiar with the acronym MBA? Yes? Okay. So who knows what MBA stands for? Yeah. Right here with the hat. Master's in Business Administration, yes. Which one do you want? The mug or the lunch kit? The mug, okay, excellent. All right, so the other degree option, or the other graduate degree option, we have a Master's of Science, or an MS degree. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is really our MS degree, and if you're interested in an MBA, we can have an offline discussion about that, or MS degree as well. Typically, students who just graduate will look at our MS programs, and it's really based on your career goals. So whenever you guys are trying to figure out which degree should I pursue, I'm not quite in, I don't know, feel free to have a one-on-one advising conversation with me, and then we can talk about that. And then that'll give you an idea of which degree is a good fit for you. So I'm going to run through the degrees that we offer. We have an MS in Business Analytics, an MS in Finance. All of the finance majors, raise your hand for me. Okay, so if you have not heard from your advisor, we have this unique program kind of where you can do an integrated MS, so you're finishing up your BBA, and then you can integrate that with the Master of Science in Finance, and we will waive 6 credit hours. You have within 2 years of graduating to participate in the integrated program. All of our MS degrees are 36 credit hours. So you could finish if you're working full-time, and most of the time this is for those individuals that are working full-time, you can finish within a year and a half. If you're a superstar and the hero of your squad, you can do it within a year, but that really depends on your schedule. So all of the finance majors, stop by the table, and I'll be more than happy to let you know about it. It's a great opportunity, especially if you're thinking about staying in MS. Staying in finance. Great way to get a graduate degree. The next degree we have is the MS in Global Energy Management, and that is really for those individuals that are thinking about staying in oil and gas and really looking at things from a management perspective, not necessarily a technical perspective. Then an MS in Management and Leadership. This is a fully online program. And it is really designed for people who are just coming out of undergrad, or your bachelor's degree. Like, you have no idea, what's going on with leadership or the concepts or anything like that, and you're really interested in that, and it's online. So another great opportunity for you. MS and MIS, how many of you guys undergrad major was MIS? MIS, excellent, excellent. And then marketing, how many of you guys undergrad major was marketing? Good, okay. So the finance people have it, they have the crowd. And then the MS in supply chain, how many of you focused in supply chain? Excellent, excellent. So I recommend you guys kind of diving into what your long-term career goals in or short-term career goals at this point, and really think about going back to grad school. It does help you in the long term with your professional career, especially as you continue to move up with whatever organization you may be in. And if you're thinking about an MBA, I encourage that. Obviously, I'm a little biased here, but I definitely encourage that well-roundedness of an MBA, which will allow you to have an area of focus in marketing, finance, supply chain, management, sales, leadership, so whatever the case may be. One more thing before I go, we do have waivers. So if you have a 3.6 or above overall GPA, you do qualify for a GMAT or GRE waiver. How many of you know what GMAT stands for? Raise your hand. Nobody knows? Excellent. You get the lunch kit. Way to go. So we will forego the GMAT exam as well as the GRE exam, but you have to have a 3.6. It doesn't guarantee you automatic admissions, but it's one of those things that you just don't have to take. You don't have to take the standardized test for that. Any questions? I don't want to take up any more time. No questions? None. All right. Excellent. I think I did my, no, yes. Needing to take the exam. Yeah, and we will offer a application waiver if you fall within the time frame. So if you plan on graduating, if you plan on applying soon, just let me know and I will waive the application fee. And my contact information is going to be on the table, and I will give it to you guys if I keep pressing. Let me just not press anymore buttons. Okay, so my email address is tjyoung, so T as in Tom, J as in Joy, Young, Y-O-U-N-G, the number 2, @uh.edu, and you can grab my business card from the table if you want to set a one-on-one appointment to talk about the integrated programs or any of the MS programs. All right, thanks guys, I appreciate your time.
Once again,